So today we are going to be looking at collisions and how we can collide in our game. So right now we have a game in which we define ground to be y is equal to 0. So if our player is not on y is equal to 0, there is no collision. But now we want to change that. First of all, let's just clean our code a bit. We have been using static arrays for everything, but I think it's time to move on dynamic arrays. So the vector library, it is just like an array, but the advantage you get with vectors is that you can add to a vector anytime and you can remove from a vector anytime. The array itself, it is created on heap instead of stack, so we don't have to worry about the stack memory running out as well, and we don't need to hard code these values anymore. They can be edited dynamically. So let us convert these now. You need to write vector and then you need to give it the type that the vector will hold. So right now it is going to be a 2D character array, so I'm going to write vector and I'm going to write vector inside as well. This basically means that it is a vector and the type of vector is also vector. And then inside this I'm going to write character. So this is a vector that holds other vectors, and those vectors, they have the type of character. We are going to write the type and we don't need to define the size here anymore. We are going to do it in the constructor. Here we can also write a vector, and this vector will hold an array of object pointers just like that. We don't need this anymore, and we don't need this variable anymore as well. We don't need to pass this here again and again, so I'm going to simply remove this. This basically will give the number of elements that the vector currently holds, and instead of using variables and remembering what the current rows and current column value is, we can simply use this function to get the current size of the vector. And here we can write the total size and -1. You don't need this here as well. So I'm going to do something here which is not really efficient, but I guess for now it is going to be fine. Basically the function puts, it takes a static array. I cannot pass a vector to it, but I am using vectors now, so I need to somehow incorporate that. For that, right now I'm going to create static arrays for this, and I'm going to give it the size of my 2D vector, and I'm going to add 1 here. Instead of adding end lines here, I'm going to do that here instead. So this will help by not making us add +1 to everything. So we don't need this bit anymore. I'm going to put the end line here, so it won't be a part of our board anymore. It will only be added when I'm going to draw a board. This might be slightly inefficient because I am copying everything from here. I guess that is fine. I can make this a constant array. So now basically have 2 arrays for display. One is vector and one is a dynamic array. This might sound bad, but this will help us in later videos as well, where we add a camera feature. So it might not be a bad idea to keep these 2 separate. Now let's just do the copying bit. This needs to be ARI and this needs to be ARI as well. I also made a mistake here. It needs to be size plus j. So this is basically a simple 2D to 1D conversion. So this is what you do when you want to convert a 2D array into a 1D array. And we will move this initialization here. We are going to ask for the size now, and we should create the array here. Initialize it as well. By initialization I mean let us add the endls that we are going to use later on here right now. So I want to add an end line at the end of each row. This should do it, and we don't need to pass the array here anymore. Let us try the code. This should be display. And yeah, we don't have objs count anymore. We can use the size function here as well, and we don't need this condition anymore. We will not run out of object. Here what we need to do is we need to call the pushback function. So this will basically place whatever you give it to the end of the array. So vectors have a function called erase, where you give the position that you want to erase to the function, and it will automatically remove that position and move everything 1 position behind. So we can use that instead, and we can give it the position of I. We don't need to push these back and forward anymore. We need to do the same calculation here. We need to be careful about one thing. This condition should run over this condition, because if this y doesn't exist in this array, it will give us a runtime error. I should pass these from main now. 2560. There is no object count, and the erase function is giving us an error. So I need to give it the beginning here and then the index. There is no calls anymore. Let's make them private. And now we can create access functions for these variables. I am calling it view because it is a portion that you can see. It should be rows and they should be calls. We don't need an int here. Let us do a simple display here just to test if the values are fine. I'm going to shift back to system CLS. I'm remembering something. We never initialize the vector with the proper size, so this vector is currently completely empty. Let us simply push back values here. So this is basically a vector that contains vectors, like an array that contains other arrays. This array, it exists, but it doesn't have the arrays in it yet, so we need to populate this with the proper arrays beforehand. So I'm going to do that now, and this vector will have the size of the columns, and then we are going to push back this vector. I'm creating an array here basically with the size of our columns, and then I'm placing that temporary array inside of our main array. I am seeing the output. Okay, I think I removed this line here, and this line here is fine. Finally found the issue. First of all, we need to remove the data type here because we are creating the array static inside of this function, but we basically want to update the array that we currently have. We also want to update this here. We are basically placing the handle in between our actual screen, but we don't want that. We want to place it outside of our screen. In our display array, we have one extra column and we want to place our handle at that extra column, so we need +1 here. And here I'm going to use rows and calls for now just to make it cleaner. The problem was here, I need calls +1 here. Now it should work fine. Yep, it does. Everything is like before, and now we are using dynamic arrays. We update the values here. The advantage that we have now is that we can use variables to populate these values. An issue with our previous code was that we couldn't use dynamic values, but now we can create our game engine with data that comes from a file or anything like that. This is a significant advantage.